She would call me egghead and conehead.
They remarried once.
Ask her if she's ever been wrong in an argument in the last 12 years.
Don't tell me what to ask her. I'm asking you.
Are they ready to tie the knot?
You are sick.
No, you are.
Really?
Really? I feel like I'm in a junior high lunchroom.
A third time?
I love him.
I love her.
I think I just threw up in my mouth. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things. Stand by, Dr. Phil. I'll try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction. In 5, 4. I am not giving up on you. Go, Dr. Phil. All right, take a look at this couple of 12 years. Now, they look happy, right? Well, looks can be very deceiving because Gwen says she has married and remarried her Prince Charming Derek twice. And get this, there is actually a possibility of a third trip down the aisle. Yes, you heard me right. Gwen says that if Derek could just get some help and fess up to his mistakes, they could be a family again. Gwen says there were very good reasons to divorce both times. Take a look.
Derek and I had been married about 2 months before he just disappeared. And I was about 4 months pregnant with our daughter. A few days after he returned, he was very apologetic. He told me that he was going to spend the rest of his life showing me how much he loved me and making up for what he had done. After Derek came home, he continued to disappear for days, weeks, and even months at a time. Derek left me to have our daughter by myself and didn't see her for the first 3.5 months of her life. A few months later, Hurricane Katrina hit. We got $65,000 in insurance money. Derek took the money and disappeared. Derek was always disrespectful. I've been called a bitch, a whore. The first time Derek hit me, we had been married for 3 years. He went to hit me in the face. I pressed charges and Derek was arrested. The final straw was Derek dropping his pants in front of my children and mooning them. And 4 months later, we were divorced. After 6 years, Derek convinced me that he was really sorry for all the things that he had done, so we got remarried. I was doing everything I could to try to make him happy. Nothing was ever good enough. Some of the same things from the first time started to reappear. Derek lost interest in the bedroom. He even told me, it's not happening, you're just gonna have to handle things yourself. I knew something was going on. So I hacked his Facebook account only to find that he was sending private messages to women. So a friend of mine and I made a fake profile. Within 15 minutes, he took the bait. Derek's waiting at the bar to meet this girl. He turned white as a sheet when I walked in that door. All he could say was that he knew it was me the whole time. He's such a piece of The guy that I once thought was my Prince Charming turned into a nightmare. I couldn't take it anymore, and Derek and I divorced a second time.
After 2 failed marriages, Gwen is still not deterred and says she is still madly in love with her 2-time ex.
Right now, Derek and I are not married and still continue to argue on a daily basis. He continues to tell me he loves me, only to find out it's the same as always, one lie after another. Not only is Derek trying to meet up and have sex with people through Facebook, email, and Craigslist, he's also on multiple websites. I can't believe he's sitting there trying to convince me he loves me and still wants us to be a family while he's out anybody and everybody that will pay attention to him. The only way that I would ever there was some way he could prove to me he didn't have sex with all.
Runs in the family, doesn't it?
There's nothing
Are
in
you
that.
children? What do you...
Ask her if she's ever been wrong in an argument in the last 12 years.
Absolutely.
Don't tell me what to ask her. I'm asking you. I feel like I'm in a junior high lunchroom here. What are we doing?
I came because she asked.
You have a child between you here.
And that's all I want to take care of.
Y'all were affected by Katrina, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that. Your house was damaged dramatically. You got a $65,000 insurance settlement. And you say he took off with it?
Not all of it. We had purchased some new furniture and stuff like that.
You say he took off with the majority of it,
Yeah.
and he was gone for like 3 months?
Yes.
Just, I mean, like, left without saying anything, or what?
Yeah, he had gone to work, just never came back.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. Did not take the money, but I did leave.
Did you or did you not take a significant portion of the insurance settlement?
No,
So why does she say you did?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. She knows how to spend money. I'll tell you that right now. She spends a
Why
lot.
did you leave without saying anything?
Because in the past, when I've said things, I've been put under 72-hour evaluation and had the police called on me.
If y'all are just going to come up here and you're going to say A and you're going to say B and nobody's going to tell me the truth, you're just wasting my time. I mean,
right.
come on, let's be honest.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Do you really want to figure out some way for this relationship to either find a healthy path or to at least co-parent for this child?
Yes,
We need to be able to co-parent.
I totally
You've got
agree.
to stop all of this childish bickering. Let's take a break here. Next, why after calls to the police and trips to the dentist to fix her broken teeth would Gwen ever consider remarrying her ex? We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Our fights have been vicious. We know how to push each other's buttons. We get in each other's face.
It's like he's fixing to beat your ass in a bar.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She lost everything in Vegas.
$2.5 million.
She played right beside me.
So you had her in a bar gambling at 16.
Now,
I gave birth to her. I didn't have to keep her.
has she lost her daughter as well?
That's all I'm asking, for an apology.
Ain't gonna happen.
How do you feel about being here with her now?
I don't feel anything.
I just want to hurt her back the way she's hurt me.
That's tomorrow.
Since Gwen and I got divorced 3 months ago, she's come after me for money. That's what it's all about. She told me she was going to take care of the divorce and had a lawyer. I couldn't afford a lawyer, so I allowed her to get the amount set. Right now I'm paying $800 a month child support. The reason that is because they lied to the courts about how much money I make. I don't mind paying for my own daughter's child support, but I am not paying alimony to her.
Well, till death do us part. Those are vows most couples take seriously, but Gwen and Derek have broken that sacred promise to each other, not once, but twice. Now, today, both say they are still in love with each other. Now, I want to ask my Twitter followers if they think Gwen and Derek should get back together, just move on, go their separate ways. I just kind of want to hear what you think. So tweet hashtag back together or hashtag move on. We'll talk about the results at the end of the show. Gwen says she lives with horrific memories and a physical reminder of why a third time might not be a charm, yet she says she just can't cut Derek loose.
In the 12 years that Derek and I have been together, he's hit me 3 times. The latest time was when we were arguing over my son having not cleaned his room. Derek followed me outside, bowed up in my face, screaming at me, calling me a It's like he's fixing to beat your ass in a bar. I slapped him in the face, and he punched me, busting my eardrum and breaking my tooth.
Our fights have been vicious. We know how to push each other's buttons. We get in each other's face. I've put my hands on her, which I know is wrong, and she's hit me a time or two.
When Derek tells me that if he finds out I'm being intimate with anyone, that he's going to do something really bad, it makes me believe he's going to kill me.
Okay, are you pursuing her to get back together?
Yes.
Okay, so you are after her. You do want to reconcile this relationship.
Yes.
Why do you badmouth her so much?
The same reason she badmouths me.
But no. Do you find pleasure in tearing her down?
No.
It's called leveling. Leveling in relationships happens for one of 2 reasons. You either want to tear the other person down because you feel really low and you want to tear them down to your level, or you inflate yourself really unrealistically because you see them being above you. So you can level by either artificially inflating your ego or tearing them down to where you really believe you are. It's called leveling.
Right.
So if you're constantly leveling in a relationship,
Yes.
then that's very unhealthy.
Of course.
So if you're constantly tearing her down and criticizing her, then that just tells me that you must feel really badly about yourself.
I do have a low self-esteem, always have. I love her. When we fight, we both tear each other down to hurt each other. I might say something ugly to her. She's going to say something ugly to me. Both our feelings are going to get hurt.
And are you being honest with her when you say you want to reconcile and want to heal this relationship and have a quality marriage and a quality family?
Yes.
You mean that.
Yes.
She can count on it because she says she doesn't trust you.
I don't trust her.
I didn't ask you if you trust her. I said, she said she doesn't trust you. I don't trust her. I didn't ask you to tear her down.
No.
I asked you if she can trust you.
Yes.
He's been sending you text messages, right? You shared some of those with us. My love for you is still real. Love doesn't give up. I miss you holding me. You're still my whole world. I wish I was living with you. All I wanted to do was hear your voice. You've been saying those things to her.
Yes.
During that same time, you've actually been on Craigslist during that same period of time, posting up saying, Daddy is here. This is how you refer to yourself on Craigslist. Professor here, close by, room 216. While you're telling her how much you love her, you need a massage by an attractive woman, just keeps leaning into this. We'll talk about what could possibly have her so concerned, but yet still here after the break. You can help us with a few shows that we're currently working on. If you are planning your wedding, but your future in-laws are causing so much drama, you're about to just call the whole thing off, send me an email.
I found some emails that he had sent to this guy talking about having sex. I also found some gay porn. He gave them his hotel room number as well as the phone number. And the guy replied, hey, hit me up. I'm a guy on the down low. I would love to come by, and then responded with sexual acts being performed.
I was drunk at a hotel trying to pick up a girl on Craigslist. I was on the Women for Men's site, and I sent an email to someone.
It was disgusting. I was in shock.
There's no way I knew it was a guy.
Derek insists his two-time ex-wife, Gwen, that's right, they've been married and divorced twice, will make up any lie she can in an attempt to ruin his life. Gwen says she can't help it if the truth makes Derek look bad. In fact, she says there is another secret Derek is hiding, and it's the one that has her the most concerned.
I also found some very disturbing websites that Derek had been watching porn on that included incestual porn with brother, sister, father, daughter, as well as just old man and teenage girls. When I confronted Derek, he insisted that he had only clicked on it by accident or that he didn't look at the title and what was involved. Later, he tries to use the excuse that it has a disclaimer stating everybody in it is over the age of 18. It made me think about the emails from Craigslist where he had referred to himself as Daddy. Not only am I disgusted by it, it puts me in great fear for the safety of my children, especially my two daughters.
Okay, if that's true, and do you confirm or deny that?
I deny it.
You deny it. So you haven't been looking at incest porn?
No.
How'd that get on your phone?
Because when I look at certain websites, there are more than just one or two different types. And when you see it on there, And when you're not getting pleased at home, men find a way to please themselves sometimes. It just got on there. If you click on something, it's there. And you even if you go back and click off of it. So I did look at porn, but it was not that. That is disgusting, and it's sick to even try to bring up on national TV.
It's the truth. And it wasn't just like it was just one of them. There was like multiple pages.
Because you won't.
We hadn't had sex in 2 years. What are you talking about?
2 years?
Yes.
Grow up.
Grow up.
It's like trying to talk to an 8-year-old, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can't have a conversation with him because
Not when
it
you
comes to
lie.
this.
We had sex while the divorce was going on, and if the judge found out, it would be thrown out. I lived at home until February, the first week of February, which is against the law.
You were supposed to be paying rent, and you didn't do that.
Right. I've got receipts showing I did.
Really?
Really?
Where did you get those from?
Please stop this.
Yes. Please stop. So, father-daughter porn just got on your computer or phone? It just got on there?
I told you, I don't enjoy father-daughter porn, brother-sister porn, whatever. That's disgusting. I don't look at the titles. All I do is look at the ending.
Look at the ending.
Right. The ending is what counts.
I think I just threw up in my mouth. So what you're saying is you looked at it without realizing what it was.
Yes, sir. That's disgusting. Now, I will say one thing. She knows when I was 19 years old, I went on a trip by myself. I was running out of gas, and I picked up a hitchhiker, and I was raped. She has told her friends that I had a boyfriend in Florida. Don't lie.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are.
You're the only one that's mentioned that.
Right.
If you're gay or bisexual or questioning or whatever, then that is a legitimate question.
Right.
You may have.
No.
But if you're looking at child pornography,
That's disgusting, no.
that's a problem. Do you believe that he is having gay hookups?
I do. I really do. And that's why I told him.
You're sick.
I feel like, I guess because of our daughter, that I have an obligation to try to get him as much help as possible, because I do want her to have a dad, but I'm scared for her to be around him. And my oldest daughter, from my first marriage, refuses to be around me.
You think it is your obligation to help. If you believe everything you're saying is true, Mother Teresa would kick his ass to the curb.
Probably so.
If you believe what you're saying is true,
I need him to let me go. He will not let me go.
why is it up to him to let you go? Why
Because
is
he
it up to him
constantly
to
emails
determine
and calls,
what you
and if I don't answer, he drives by my office. I don't want that. I don't want you circling in front of my office 10 minutes before you know I'm supposed to get off work.
When you told me we were going to meet and talk after work.
No, I hadn't.
Okay,
I
I put together a resume for each of these that I want to look at in terms of what they say about each other that perplexes me as to why they want to continue in this relationship, and we're going to look at it right after the break.
I've seen the bruises on her face. Gwen has to get away from him. If she doesn't, my biggest fear is that I will get a phone call one day that she didn't show up for work, and I'll find her dead.
I hacked into his Facebook account only to find him apologizing to a girl for having sex with her when she was so drunk that she didn't even remember the incident. In my opinion, it's rape. Eric raped someone. This is a message that was on Derek's Facebook. Derek says, no, I'm the one that should be embarrassed. I should have just put you in bed because she was...
They are toxic in every sense of the word. It's both, but I've seen just yesterday 27 emails of, I'm done, go to hell, I'm not speaking to you anymore, I'm sick of you, to, oh, please come have lunch with me. Let's have coffee and not talk. It's like flipping a switch. And good Lord, how much can somebody take? And it's just, they're toxic. It's crazy. This has got to be over for the sake of both of them, but for the sake of the children. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And why do you have such negative energy about her?
You love to hurt me in every way possible.
It has nothing to do with
and
you.
you hurt the people I love just to get to me and do this.
You say, I need more proof.
No.
No, that's what you said.
I want to know the truth, yes.
You want to know the truth. What is it you don't know that you need to know?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She lost everything in Vegas
$2.5 million.
We live in an RV.
and blames her daughter for being broke.
Do you even care about me?
No, not now.
That's tomorrow.
Based on what you've told me, not that he agrees with all of this, I've kind of put together a resume, a husband resume based on what you've told me. You've said he is an abandoner, a liar, a thief, an adulterer, a physical abuser, a child abuser, an emotional abuser, a verbal abuser, a solicitor for sex, a rapist, a pornographer, and has shown very questionable behavior with subcategories in everything. This is the man that you say that you still love. So the question for me is, and you say, I need more proof.
No.
No, that's what you said.
I want to know the truth, yes.
You want to know the truth. What is it you don't know that you need to know?
He keeps telling me that I have a duty to believe him because he was my husband. I'm supposed to believe him and not what I see with my own eyes. And I'm like, how in the hell can you say that?
Never said that.
Okay, but no, talk to me. Talk to me. Don't talk to him. You say you need proof. What the hell is it you don't know that you need to know? Tell me what you don't know that you need to know.
I need to know if he can be helped so he's safe to be around our daughter. That's it. I'm not in love with him. I love him.
Okay,
and I'm tired
you're
of feeling
changing your
obligation.
whole story
No,
from when you
I love
from
him.
before you
I
got.
do love him, and I'll tell him that right now. I miss being married. I miss having the good moments that we did have.
All right, let's look at the resume that you've given me about her. You have said, the wife's resume, that she's a lawbreaker, that she's hacked into everything, she controls every possible thing, that she's money hungry, that she is obsessive, she sends you 40 emails a day, that she's abusive, that she has hit you, that she's a child abuser, that she's poisoned your relationship, that she slept with a cop on the porch at 3 a.m. with you in the house, that she's a saboteur. She sent naked photos of a man, that she's tried to get you fired 4 times. She's lied to the police, that she's talked to your family, that all of these horrible things, you just go on and on and on. So what is it you need to know?
I never said she slept on the cop. On the
Yeah,
porch
you
of the
did.
cop.
You've accused me of it.
Can't do this show without you, our studio audience.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Because we have a lot of fun here, don't we?
You can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445.
Derek is such a drama queen. He tries to manipulate me by threatening to harm himself. One night, he told me he had a gun in his mouth, and if I didn't come talk to him, he was going to kill himself.
I did say I had a pistol in my mouth, which I did not. I love life. I'm not ever going to hurt myself.
He said, well, you knew I was joking. Who the hell jokes like that, you know? Nobody. No one in their right mind makes a joke about having a gun in their mouth. No one.
That was another horrible event that Gwen and Derek's child and stepchildren have witnessed. You guys, you know, you're wondering whether you should be together or not. You know, this house represents your first marriage. You know, maybe it was built on a semi-strong foundation, but then you went to work on it, didn't you? Abandonment, lying, stealing, cheating, abuse, pornography, neglect. I mean, it just takes a toll, doesn't it? It just tears a house down. And now this is what your second marriage foundation looked like. This is where you just started. So you went to town on this marriage. Abandonment, lying, stealing, cheating, abuse, pornography, neglect. So this is what your third attempt at a relationship would start with. The divorce rate in America is about, I don't know, mid-30s, 35, 36, 37%. For second marriages, it gets on up there, you know, 50, 60%. For third marriages, the divorce rate gets on up really high, 80, 90%. You got 5 divorces between you.
Mm-hmm.
The chance of this working.
I've got 3, you got 2.
Oh, there's no chance of her working. I need to know, do I need to protect my daughter and keep her away from him at this point? He's proven to me that he is a danger to me, I know.
Not that we have expert viewers, but earlier in the show I asked my Twitter followers if Gwen and Derek should get back together or just move on, go their separate ways. Well, the results are in. So what about Gwen and Derek's daughter together? Her question was, is he too toxic to be around her? I'll answer that after the break. Closed captioning provided by
My Molly.
Go to drphil.com for advice on relationships, parenting, finances, and more. Plus, weigh in on your favorite episodes, share your stories, and find support in the Dr. Phil community. When you sign up for the community, you will automatically be subscribed to the Dr. Phil Show newsletter. Log on to drphil.com today. Before the break, I said I would answer Gwen's question about her 10-year-old daughter with Derek. She asked, is Derek too toxic to be around her? Well, here's the deal. Is he toxic with your daughter?
Yeah.
Is he telling her bad things?
Yeah.
Is he exposing her to bad things?
Lies.
You sit here and say he's watching father-daughter pornography.
Lies.
He is into that. If
You're
you
lying.
believe that,
Yeah.
and you allow him to be around her, then you are failing your daughter. If you don't believe that and you're saying it, then you're failing your daughter. If you're using that as a sensationalistic way to leverage him,
No.
then you're failing your daughter.
No.
If you believe it and you ignore it, you're failing your daughter. There comes a point when you need to stop the self-serving rhetoric and you need to start dealing with reality here. Both of you are bad for each other. You do not need to be together. You should not get into a third marriage. If he is toxic for your daughter, then you need to get a therapist, and there needs to be an investigation, and you need to determine that. If you cannot be healthy in your daughter's life, and that means not bad-mouthing her mother, not exposing her to whatever, then you need to not be around her. If you can, then you need to man up and do it. And put your daughter's interest ahead of your own.
I always do.
Well,
Not when you're telling when you're telling her, oh, Daddy's so sad and Daddy loves Mommy so much, and
is that
showing
not
her
true?
pictures that somebody sent you from
you do not ask children to deal with adult issues.
No, you don't.
All right, then you don't bring teenagers into adult issues and make them both hate
Derek.
me.
Nobody
no, they
made them hate you.
Sweetheart,
They've seen what you've done to me.
Because you showed them everything on there.
Take a good look at me. I'm what's known as a mandated reporter. You people are a danger to this child. I want to thank all of my guests today. I'm going to recommend that both of you in therapy?
Yes.
Stay.
Yes, I am.
In therapy. Seriously, get help. I mean, you really do. Are you in therapy?
I am.
Stay in therapy.
I plan to.
Get a copy of this show. Really, let your therapist look at this. Let them see what was uncovered and unearthed today. They may know it all. If they don't, it'll fast forward things for them. Put the children first.
Absolutely.
You two stay apart. Put the children first. I want to thank all of my guests today. We will see you next time. Thank you very much.